Hello class! So this lecture is going to be on the Internet product launch. I'm going to go over a three-step formula with you, and it's going to start with target and build the fan base the first 30 days. Second step, promote the product for 14 days. And finally, third step, turn the fans into paying customers that final week. So this should take a little less than 2 months, this three-step formula for a product launch. So when I talk about a product launch, I'm talking about you releasing maybe an album or some music on the internet, releasing it through the internet. A lot of times we focus on the internet today when we release a product or especially music like we're talking about in here. So I want to focus on that today. All right. So you start off with building that fan base, that tribe, right? So hopefully some of you are fans of Seth Godin, wonderful marketing expert out there. He's an author. Check out some of his books. Check out Seth Godin. Next time you're at the bookstore, you can check him out online. He does a wonderful TED Talk on building your tribe. You can also check that out on TED Talks. But when he talks about building that tribe, building that fan base, he says that, the person that's building the fan base, building the tribe, is the leader, right? They have to be good at communicating what it is they want their tribe to do. So in this case, in our case, the musician is the leader. So a tribe is a group of people passionate about the music or the artist, or both, right? The tribe craves interaction, craves direction. When we are a fan of something, we like to be involved, be engaged with the celebrity, the personality, the character, right? And when they tell us, hey, come to my tour, or hey, get involved with me in this way, a lot of times when we're especially a super fan, we really want to support that artist. So tribes want a story to tell. We live our lives through story, to be honest. We really live our lives through story. You dream in story, we think in story, we give examples in story. Everything is about story in life. So that's why a lot of times we'll pick up a magazine because it has stories in it about celebrities. It has stories about people's lives. We like books, we like movies, and even songs or story, right? And so we want a story to tell. And if we have something to talk about, right, we have a story to tell, then we're going to go share it with other people. Artist is the natural leader here. So let's look at an example. What does the tribe want? What does the fan base want? We have Tori Amos here, an artist that I used to represent at Atlantic. And let's say she's our example, just to use an artist for an example. We're looking for communication. We're looking for direction from our leader, right? So let's say she's going on tour. Well, if I'm her fan, I want an email from her asking me to come out to her show, right? If she's recording a cover song, then I would want her to ask me for a suggestion of which cover song, right? Get me involved, maybe through an email survey or something. If she's coming out with a limited box set, then I want a chance to buy it first. I want to know about it first. And if she's raising money to record, then I want to support her, right? So maybe some crowdfunding or something. So as you can see, every time something is happening in the life of this artist, whoever they might be, as a tribe person, as a fan, right, I really want to know what's going on all the time, and I want to know how I can be involved. So, you might want to think about this on your own for a minute. Choose a tribe leader, maybe somebody you respect and admire, maybe a band or an artist. It could even be a politician, like you can see I put a little list here for you, or a brand that you might really like, maybe a product that you love. Choose a tribe leader and identify one specific way they have directed their tribe. You might want to pause this lecture for a moment and just think about, what have you seen out there, maybe recently, that someone has done to direct the tribe, maybe to get involved with an artist by supporting their tour, supporting a recording, buying an album? What have they done creatively to direct their tribe, right? I'm sure you've seen a tweet or maybe an Instagram thing or something from one of the artists that you like, or maybe a newsletter, where they say something like, hey guys, so which cover song do you want us to do this week? While we're on tour, we can do this in our bus or whatever, right? So how are they getting you involved? Doing these types of little brainstorming exercise helps you to think outside the box when you're coming up with ideas for your artist that you're representing. Okay. The new release schedule today and releasing music, releasing albums and things online, we're back to the 50s really. Recording is quick, right? It's not the 2-year process like it used to be. Recording is going quick now, and singles are back. More than ever, people are buying singles and they're streaming on Spotify and all of these new streamers like Pandora. Right? Tribes dissipate if the product does not come at regular intervals. We get bored really easy, we get distracted really easy. We have so much content coming at us at all times today. So we really have to make sure there's something coming out all of the time. Every day is good when it comes to social media, just little touch points. But content itself, like music, single or 2 songs, maybe every, couple of months. And then, as you keep this content and this dialogue going on, the songs that you do create can be compiled for an album release later. Let's say that for a full year, you put out a single every month and a half to 2 months. And then at the end of the year, now that you put out all of this digital music, you can take that and create it into a physical album. It could be a CD, it could be a vinyl. You can add value to that distributed music, which is really the way you have to go in order to sell music today. Everybody can just get it online, so you might as well add value to it and now create some bonus material or make it into some cool physical format or something, right? Maybe even a tape cassette. So as I'm saying, add value to your distributed music. Give people a reason to buy. Remember, we talked about the Resner strategy. Connect with your fans, give them a reason to buy. So you can develop multi-tiered package prices for your different types of fans, right? You have those that will support you on a tour or through merchandise, but maybe they don't buy music itself. So you might want to have some free music for people that like to just stream it or just download it for free. And then you might have, a $5 bundle, and then a $10 and a $50. So you want to add value to your distributed music by developing multi-tiered package prices. Always a good idea. You can limit your products, create that scarcity, right? Johnny Cupcakes is really good at that. He puts out a bunch of t-shirts with all these different creative designs, and they're numbered, so you're one of so many that buys a certain t-shirt, right? So you can limit your products and make people feel more special about what they're getting. Maybe so many of the CDs or the vinyl are signed, and you could charge a little bit more, maybe $50 for a signed copy. You could do things like, tie the distributed music to merchandise, free QR codes. You can offer radical mixes. I mean, you guys know, you can just get creative and add value to your distributed music. Let's move on. Set up distribution channels. It's the first thing you have to do. You set up your distribution channels. You want to have aggregation, whoever you want to use. If you want to use TuneCore or Symphonic Distribution, go with them, and then link to your retailers through your website so people can actually go to your store. You want to have a website with your store, right? And you also want to have a Facebook store maybe. Now I want to show you something real quick. Facebook is changing all of the time, right? So I'm always watching what everyone's doing, and recently we're not seeing a whole lot of Facebook stores like we were before. We're like a year or two ago. Here, I'm going to go take you to Facebook. Yep, I'm going to take you to my Facebook here. And I went to Taylor Swift's page, right? And you can see that she has a store right here, right? Click on store, and it takes you to her website. They actually have it linked to the website, store.taylorswift.com. So you're no longer on Facebook anymore when you click on her store link. Right, so that's a way you can do it. If you want to, you can set up a real Facebook store that keeps you on Facebook, and you can do that through Nimbit. You can also do that through VibeDeck, another one, and you can also do that through CD Baby. Right, so you can set up your stores, your distribution channels, and now I want to mention to you what I call the build-up method. I learned about this from some social media gurus in the internet industry. Internet business industry, I should say, those that teach digital media and distribution online. So the build-up method. Build-up method is where you build a fan base on one platform. Like say you start with Facebook or you start with Twitter or something. You build the fan base till you have a good, where you feel comfortable and confident that people are actually interacting with that social media with you. You know, it's usually best to go with something like Twitter or Instagram, right? You build a fan base there, and then once you feel confident with that, you move your fan base to another platform, the next platform that you want to use. So maybe YouTube, or then move to Facebook or Snapchat, right? And then once you have them all interacting and you feel confident that you have consistency on both of those platforms, then you move them to the next platform. That's called the build-up method. It's one of the most effective ways to build a strong, interactive fan base on your social media. So I just wanted to mention that to you, so you maybe think about that instead of just maybe if you start representing a new artist and they don't really have any fans on social media, and then you create a bunch of different social media stuff for them and then just start promoting everywhere, it gets a little scattered. It's good to really have a good focus and try to pull everyone to one social media platform at first. And then you start expanding by moving to the next and then the next slowly. All right, and so I was mentioning the Facebook store apps. We have CD Baby, there's Nimbit, there's VibeDeck. They have music players, they have stores you can use right there on Facebook. They sell digital for you, they sell physical products for you, some of them. They also typically report to SoundScan for you, which is really nice. So it reports your numbers and your sales. Okay, so step one, target and build that fan base the first month. So let's say you have some music going to be released. Say we're in June, we're just starting out in June right now. So this is going, to happen. You're going to release in maybe mid-July, right? So during the month of June, we're going to target and build that fan base for that product that's coming out in July. First thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on some Facebook pages where we think our audience might be. So we start off with the ideal fan snapshot. So we can start off with listing 5 pages on Facebook where you know your audience hangs out. This takes us back to lifestyle marketing, right? We talked about lifestyle accounts. So if you have a target market for a psychedelic rock band, well, you're probably going to go and look up pages that people that like psychedelic rock might be into, such as High Times, right? Or maybe they like Cheech and Chong, right? And they like certain head shops. Right, so you're going to go to those places, or maybe Normal, they support marijuana legalization. Maybe those are the types of pages you would visit for the fans of the psychedelic rock fan. So list 5 pages on Facebook where you know your audience is probably hanging out, and go to those pages and like the pages. You want to list 5 pages that would have the same fan base. List 5 artists that would have the same fan base. So if you were focusing on a psychedelic rock band, you might want to go to the Flaming Lips, right? The Flaming Lips is a psychedelic rock band that's extremely popular. You might want to start with them, and then, another one. And you want to connect with them. And that way you can kind of, get connected to the fan base. You want to scroll through their like sections of those artists. And as you can see over here, I have on the left likes from Katy Perry's page. So you scroll through the likes and connect with those other pages and interact. You can see at the top here, Claire's, right? Claire's is a store where they sell like little cheap accessories and I don't know, fingernail polishes, I think, and everything, earrings at the mall. So Claire's, right? That's a page that she's connected to. She likes that page. So you might want to like that page if your fan base likes Claire's. A nonprofit organization there. They have a community. They have Pop Chips, which is she is sponsored by Pop Chips, and other musicians and everything. So if you connect with these other pages and you interact a little bit, other fans, target market out there that like her will also likely see you and maybe check out your page because you'll be hopefully liking and commenting and interacting with those pages and connected to them, which helps also with your advertising later. I do want to mention that I am talking about a Facebook page and not a Facebook profile. Those are two different things. A Facebook profile is what anybody can have. You have to really have one to even manage a page. A Facebook page is a business page. It's a page for an artist or a page for a company. So you have to create a Facebook page for an artist. I just want to mention that to you. It doesn't cost any money, but you just go in and you choose Facebook page instead of, just your Facebook profile. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay. Right. So, become socially devoted. Right? This is what I mean here is you want to meet your fans where they are. Right? What are they already socializing about? What will grab the attention of these potential fans? You want to research what they're talking about with their friends on Facebook. You want to check their hashtags, right? Check what's trending. Yeah, you do want to be kind of a stalker because that's what you do when you do marketing. You have to watch what other people are doing. A lot of observation. That's what social media experts do. They go and they observe, targeted fans of, companies and artists and see what it is they're talking about. You want to possibly survey some of your top 5, maybe those super fans. You consider them your ideal audience. Learn about their interests and their needs. You never know, it might be a little bit different than you thought. You can also use Next Big Sound, which we've talked about in this class a little bit. Next Big Sound is great for analyzing an audience online. Maybe most of your tweets are coming from females and you thought that your fan base was mainly males, and then you go, whoa, right? Maybe I should be targeting females here. Okay, so anyways, be a source of the content that you're finding out about by incorporating your own images, your own video, and content on your page regarding those subjects. And also make sure you watch trending content on social media sites, especially every day. If you, I should say, if you're really in a phase where you're trying to build a fan base and you're really trying to build up on the internet, make sure every day you're watching what's trending, because that way you can get more interactive and get more, a little more eyeballs coming your way. The 3 E's of social media. When you are posting as a page on Facebook, for instance, you want to be focusing on educating your fan base, entertaining them, and empowering them. So meet them where they already are, like I was just saying, being socially devoted. This is Verizon Wireless. You can see their post was about football. And Verizon Wireless, they don't really have anything to do with football, but they know that their audience is interested in what's trending, at the time, football. So they ask a question. Really smart, by the way. People love questions. Will the Giants repeat this season or get dethroned? There you go. Again, Verizon Wireless. This right here. Oh, and by the way, this is either educating, entertaining, or empowering. This is entertaining. And this one right here, is this educating, entertaining, or empowering? Well, it's Red Cross, so it's probably empowering, right? They are telling their the people that follow them to text Red Cross to make a donation. So they're getting their fan base, or I should say their community, involved by empowering them. So this has nothing to do really with Verizon Wireless, right? You're a phone. It doesn't have anything to do with your phone service, but it's connecting with the audience. And then we have another Verizon Wireless here. This is entertaining, obviously. They have a little dog, and it's cute, and that draws your eyes. It's an attractive animal. And then You can see that they use their product here in the picture, which is really smart. It's kind of a fun post. Why images? Images are so important for us because people are drawn to images, especially images of people. Right? When you know your audience and what they gravitate towards, your shareability skyrockets. And people love photos. They love to share photos. They love to see cool photos. In fact, the James Franco article I have you reading about the selfies in the New York Times, I think it was this week, he talks about how celebrities, the most likes they get on their images are selfies, and that's why they post them. If people were liking different pictures, like pictures they were taking of the sky or pictures they were taking of what's going on around them, if they were getting more likes there, that's what they would focus on. But people are emotionally responsive to other faces, whether it's an animal or a person. People feel an emotional connection, and that's the things that they like to look at the most. So if somebody gave you a business card and it had their face on it, you're very unlikely to ever throw it away because you're throwing away a picture of a person. Anyways, use your own images. That creates virability. This one right here, this is John Loomer. He's a digital marketing specialist, and this is his son on Instagram. He posted on a trending day, which was September 11th. Our New Jersey-born 4-year-old provides his support to our friends in New York. Hug a New Yorker today, and he has his shirt on, I love New York. So he was creating a shareable image, something of his son. I don't know how many people would really share a picture of his son, maybe, but I thought that was nice that he was jumping on the trend and getting involved with what other people are thinking about on that day, and really just connecting with other people in this way. So you need to think about that in terms of your artist. An artist doesn't always have to be promoting their music, right? They need to be connecting with the fan base in other ways. People love buying magazines about people, right? About celebrities and stuff. And they're not saying, oh, look at all their new albums and movies. No, they're usually talking about their personal lives. So people like to be involved with other people's personal lives. They like to kind of see what they have going on, how they can identify with them. Anyways, Avril Lavigne. This right here is a picture of sunglasses that one of her fans kind of made it into an art piece and sent it to her. And so she said, check out these amazing sunglasses that one of my fans made for me. Again, artists should put things out there that are more personal like this, and especially if it is tied to a fan, that's always a really great idea. Pretty Lights, right? We have an Instagram picture of their cat on the tour bus. So this is, again, a very personal, connecting type of post, nothing to do with promoting their music. And an image is much more engaging than most anything else, like I was saying. So if you just have a link to maybe your store, that's not going to be as engaging as if you post a picture of your store. And so it's nice and big on Facebook, right? Because a link is small. And if you put a picture, it actually is really big on Facebook. And then you put the link, so people are going to pay more attention to it. This right here is Amy Porterfield. She is a digital marketing strategist, and she has a Facebook page, and you can see her post right here. Nobody reads agency blogs, blah, 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 right? And she reached 18% of her audience. Now, here's the thing about Facebook pages. Currently, your post that you create and put on your Facebook page is filtered down to only 1%. 1% of your audience that liked your page is going to see it. Filtered down to 1%. It's a popularity contest. So as people like your status update, right? As they like it, they interact with it, they comment, they share, it becomes more popular, and so more and more people can see it. Right? So she has been able to reach 18% of her audience with this post. But look at the difference here. She put an image It says mistakes are proof that you are trying. Click like if you can appreciate this one. And she went from 18% back here up to 28% of the audience reached on this one. And that's because two things. First of all, she told them what to do. Click like if you can appreciate this. And the other thing is she used an image, and that really grabs people's attention. So she was able to get more interaction with that status. So if you want engagement, ask for it. Again, you can see this one right here. Click like if you agree is the actual image. So she's telling you what to do with the image. 62% of people reached. 62%. Oh. Taylor Swift, they right here, a call to action. They're telling you what to do. It says get it now right there where my arrow is. Again, watch the Nightline exclusive interview with Taylor tonight and check out more photos from the shoot here. So they're telling you what to do. So a call to action, telling people what to do, plus asking a question gives you optimal engagement. It gets the most people involved, right? So people love to ask questions or answer questions. And when you tell people what to do, that also helps as well to get them to actually take action. So you can see, check out a preview of the episode below, right? Call to action. And then will you be watching? Question. Gets a lot of engagement. And this right here is One Direction. They used an image and they asked questions. Again, optimal engagement. Have you got your copy? What do you think of the poster? That's what they're asking. And so they get a lot of engagement because people are answering the question. They like the actual picture. And then I want to mention to you a little bit about using themes on Facebook. It's really a fun idea when you have something coming up, maybe a new album or maybe an award show like this where you need to be voted for. You come up with a fun theme and use that fun theme to get people involved. This is the Taylor's Daily Cat campaign on Facebook. And you can see that they used her cat and they were trying to get you to vote for Entertainer of the Year for Taylor Swift. And so they use the cat in all these images. And here's some more for you. Vote Meow. And they have her in the sink. So there's a lot of them. You know, they used a theme and they were trying to get you to vote by using the cat. And it was just kind of a cute little campaign. It's fun to do something like that. Come up with a little character theme. Okay, and from update to ad. So over here on the left, you see Amy Porterfield. She has a status update. And on the right, that's the ad. All she did was she took the status update and she said, oh, okay, let's make that into an ad on Facebook and converted it to an ad. And that's the different ways that it looks, a status update versus an advertisement. I'm sure you see advertisements all the time on the right-hand side of your Facebook page. So you want to know what's already working with your audience. So as you're posting and you're putting status updates, you're trying to build that audience, right? You want to really watch your insights. Your Facebook Insights is on the back end of your page, and it's like Google Analytics where it shows you how much engagement you're getting on the different posts and everything. And the really cool thing about this is you can actually click on these different posts as you go down, right? You see a first post on 224, another one 223, another one 223. And you can compare. If you look at the engagement box I have over there, you can see that on 223 and on 223 again, right, 19 and 18, you see on reach it says 100 and 187, getting quite a bit of engagement. Quite a bit of people are interacting and looking at this post and liking it. So you might want to say, hey, what was I doing with these? Why are these so much better than the other ones? And maybe post more like that. Right? So it's really cool to be able to go on Facebook Insights and just see what's working and what's not working and then just do more of what's working, right? And boosting the post, promoting, that's, you know, paying, of course, making it into an ad. All right, so the build phase wrap up. You want to post 2 to 5 times a day when you're building. Ask easy to answer questions. Post with calls to action such as click this, watch now, enroll here, like and share. You want to use shareable images, things that other people can share that are not copywritten by other people. And it's always a good idea to, have little shout outs for those that are also involved in the industry, or maybe your super fans or reviewers, anybody that's involved with you, people you respect and admire, on the social media. Always connecting, right? And this always changes. All right. So I say here, thank new people and ask if you can include them in your group outside of Facebook. You can say something like, please reply with your email address if that's okay, if I include you in my email list, for example. Well, Facebook's always changing this. At first, you could message people that liked your page. Then they were charging $1 for you to message people that liked your page. Last I had looked, when I was managing a page the last year, we could no longer message people unless they were connected to us through an actual profile. So they had to actually be our friend on our personal profile. I don't know. So, or they had to message us first and then we could get back to them. So it's always changing. But if there's a way for you to contact them, let's say that you can actually do this on your other social media. So let's say they connect with you on Instagram or Twitter. It's a lot easier for you to just say, hey, thanks for the follow. Is it okay if I add you to my email list? If so, send me your email address. And you could tweet that, or you could direct message them. But it's just always a good idea to try to get people into your email list, because these social media platforms, people delete their profiles, they lose their profiles. Sometimes the whole platform becomes a desert, like MySpace, right? So it's always good to have their email address. All right, so that brings us to step 2, promote. This is the next 2 weeks, the most intense phase. You're going to spend the most time here. The goals are to create excitement about the product that's coming, create interaction and sharing. And the big thing is create the signature promotional giveaway, SPG. It's just a giveaway, and we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes. Really, you're going to be focusing on the SPG instead of the actual thing that you want to sell. You're going to begin collecting emails for the email launch list, and then create promotional materials for your SPG, including an image campaign, Facebook social ads, and a featured blog post. Okay, so first things first, the signature promotional giveaway. This is going to be the focus of your campaign as you're promoting. You're going to, focus on this, whatever it might be, a discount, a coupon, or a giveaway, which is my favorite thing, and that's very popular in the music industry. Give away a free download, give away a free album, a mixtape, right? You could do tickets, interviews, downloads, meet and greets, merchandise. My favorite, though, beyond just digital download, is a live event online. Let's say you have an album coming out, and so you want to get everybody to your live event, focus on promoting the live event that they can all go to, and they can watch the artist interview, they can watch them play maybe the whole album live on Google Hangouts before it's even released. And then as they're watching it, well, the live event is where you can promote the actual product, right? That actual album. So you promote the live event. You don't promote to, hey, buy this album that's up and coming. You promote the live event, which is free. It's a giveaway. And then once you get them there, you go, hey, how about this, right? So that's a nice way to do a sales funnel online. And if you look at traditional media, that's the way it's always been done. They really will focus you on television, for example, to watch a talk show, and you get to watch, or you remember MTV Unplugged? Probably don't remember it. MTV Unplugged, they would have these big, shows like Nirvana and everybody. They would come on and on MTV, and they would play their album unplugged. So focus on something like that. Something where you're going to entertain everyone, and then people will buy the product. They will come, right? This was Bruno Mars. He does Google Hangout events on YouTube, where he promotes the upcoming album and talks about it, interviews, plays the music, and then you go buy the album. Okay, so you're going to focus on 7 key SPG touch points to promote this SPG. First, you want to focus on images in the news feed, right? Keeps everything at the top of the person's mind, right? If they're on like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat, you have these images always popping up in the news feed. Timeline cover photos, super important on Facebook. You want to promote the SPG there. And I'm going to go over each of these in more detail, by the way. I'm just kind of previewing here. Create custom apps on like Facebook or wherever else for lead generation. That would be for your newsletter or getting them on maybe Instagram and stuff and YouTube. Run a featured video or a blog post, right? A vlog or a blog, depending on what the artist uses. Do they have a YouTube channel or do they focus on a blog on their actual website? So you need to run that featured video or blog post to get other people like involved with what's going on and announce. You want to run a short SPG launch video uploaded directly to Facebook after you do that. And then you want to have page post ads and promoted posts on Facebook and wherever else. And finally, you want to ignite all of your social sites. So it could be YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest. You want to go ahead and ignite all of those social sites. So let's talk about these touch points a little more. Right, first we have the SPG and image strategy. I went to Iggy Azalea's Facebook page, and you can see they have a really nice image strategy here. It says Pretty Girls, Britney Spears, and Iggy Azalea. And then over here you have the album cover as the profile. Looks really nice. Image strategy always needs to stand out. Maybe use the cover of the album, right? Whatever it might be, especially if you're giving something away. If you have an SPG, you want to focus on that for your image strategies. These are good image strategies, right? You have some really nice pictures here on Facebook. Then we have Katy Perry. This is a highlighted post, and you can see that they're going to do a giveaway for, Pop Chips giveaway. And so they have a really nice highlighted post here. It goes all the way across the entire Facebook page. And it says, enter her getaway for a chance to win a trip for two where you'll enjoy the pop star treatment and have the chance to meet Katy. Enter here. Okay, to use promo features, if you look up here on the left, you can see I have a screenshot of one of my pages here, and it says highlight there at the top next to the star. That star, if you click on it, it will highlight the post so it looks like this. It goes all the way across the page. Now on the right, I have the other little button clicked, and that's the little pencil. It says pin to top. If you click pin to top, it will pin that post to the top of the page for 7 days. And that's for if you have like a sale or something going on that week. Okay. And as you all know by now, milestones are now on profiles, so you know what those are. It's just where you say, oh, something happened, like we, the band got together on this particular day, right, this date, and it highlights it as a milestone. And we have tagging as a page. So if you're trying to tag another page or someone else on Facebook and you're having a tough time with it, I always like to say use the @ symbol, because a lot of times if it's not triggering Facebook that, hey, this is, I'm trying to tag, use the @ symbol and it will sometimes pick it up, whereas it didn't when you just started typing it in. Okay, again, creating an image strategy around that SPG. This is the Bruno Mars Google Hangout. You can see that they were even working the image strategy during the actual event. They were trying to get more people to come in. So they have on here, tune in YouTube for the world premiere of Locked Out of Heaven live chat Google Hangout now, and they have the picture there. So it's always good to have somebody maybe managing and promoting while the event is going on. And this is also really good, even though it's all font, it's all text copy, right? It's a really nice image strategy because it's not just boring text, right? It looks really nice like a flyer. Okay, number 2, create a timeline cover strategy. You want to create some copy around that SPG, around that giveaway. You want to incorporate some details into a cover photo. And you want to be aware of the Facebook rules. You want to use the Help tab for Facebook page terms, and that will tell you about the Facebook rules for your cover timeline cover photo, because you can't put things like your URL from your website on there. right? They do have some really funny little rules, so you need to be careful and make sure you look over them. And there's not a whole lot of them, so just look them over before you create your cover photo. This is a really good one. Wiz Khalifa and Taylor Gang, get tickets and VIP packages, limited availability. You see, they don't have any, crazy dates there, no URL. They're just kind of reminding you, hey, this is what's going on. Get tickets and VIP packages. Right, and this is an older Facebook page, so you can see down there at the bottom they have the thumbnails and they have the little URL right there. It looks a little bit different now. Number 3, custom apps, newsletter sign-up apps, right? So if you're using CD Baby or you're using maybe Aweber or Constant Contact, you want to put those apps, activate those apps in your Facebook's page so that people can automatically sign up right there. You also might want to, activate your store like CD Baby. And any other social media apps, you might want to have those connected to Facebook. So Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, etc. All right, so that's one third touch point. Number 4, post a featured video or blog post to promote that SPG. So I was telling you before, whatever the artist uses, if they use YouTube videos a lot, then you want to do that. If they have a blog, then just focus on just putting out a little blog. Have the artist just for like 30 seconds or something, just mention it, on YouTube or something. As you can see, Taylor Swift, it says Taylor will be hosting a live webcast on YouTube on Monday, August 13th. She'll be talking to fans around the world, answering questions in real time. Check out the video message from Taylor below and stay tuned for more details. If you click on that, it's just Taylor Swift saying, hey, come to this. That's all it is. So that's all you need is a little announcement from the artist. And when you have something like that people follow, like a vlog or a blog, you're going to really get people's attention. Okay, so using YouTube. It's the most widely used platform for music discovery and distribution. We now consume music mostly by watching it than by any other means. More by watching, I should say. Okay, so number 4, post a featured video or blog post again. This is Taylor Swift. I don't even need this one actually up here. This is another one, Megan Nicole. She has a little YouTube video where she just, again, is announcing something. That's all they're doing. And then number 5, you want to have a short giveaway launch video uploaded to Facebook directly. And now I put this image up here because you can see how big and clean and clear it really pops out in your face, rather than this, right? These little video, especially this one right here, it looks so tiny. A lot of people just skip these, but when it's in your face like this, right? That's Hanson. They had an album release coming up and they just announced it there. So really, you want to make sure that you also have a video uploaded directly to Facebook. It usually gets a lot more likes than a YouTube video link. Again, ignite all your social sites. Some artists go for things like Pinterest because their fan base is on Pinterest. Lady Antebellum, her fan base likes Pinterest, so she uses it. See, they have nice boards here of the different artists in the band, and then they have, fan board, and they have a board for the tour, so it looks really nice. So there are 30 other networks that get at least 1 million daily views, right? So that's why I was saying, Pinterest, whatever it is that your fan base uses, you need to find out. So poll your fans on their choice of social networks. You never know what they might be. The ones I have over here on the list, these are some of the top social networks in the world. I mean, you've probably never even heard of 1 or 2 of them, right? Orkut, Qzone, LinkedIn, Badoo, Flickr, Mixi. Right? I mean, we usually talk about Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, so. And you want to ignite your YouTube channel here. This is Timothy De La Ghetto, also known as Traffic. And you want to upload your video on YouTube. So a little bit, just quickly, about YouTube SEO. Your video title must be descriptive. So you don't want to say, hey, here's a band last night. You want to say something like, Muse at the Beecham Club video 1/12/12. And then for your description, again, you want it to be the same as the title. Use those same keywords because search engine optimization, SEO, is about optimizing whatever page that is so that people can find it easily. So usually you need to have a keyword repeated like 3 times, and that optimizes the page to go to the top of the search results when someone searches for it. So let's say I search for Muse Beecham, right? Now, if this is done correctly, this video will show up at the top of the search results. So you want to repeat usually the words 3 times, like Muse 3 times. If you go too many more than that or less, that actually hurts you. So usually you want to stick with 3 times. So description must be the same as the title. This video features Muse at the Beecham instead of here's our band at. And a longer description is better for the engines. And when I say longer, I just mean like maybe 2 sentences. I don't mean like a whole big paragraph. But some people, they just have things too short. Maybe their description has nothing or maybe 2 or 3 words, and that's not good. You also want to include a link to your website in the description. That helps with the SEO. And finally, tags. Use keywords from the title and description, and there you would have 3, right? So you would have the title, Muse at the Beecham Club, description, this video features Muse at the Beecham Club, and then the tag would say Muse Beecham Club. That's 3 times for each of those. If you put other tags that are not in the title or the description, it will actually hurt your search results, and YouTube might even take the video down because that's considered spamming. To put tags into a video on YouTube that are not relevant to the title or the description. That's a big no-no. So your YouTube channel, you want to include a link to your website on your YouTube channel. You want to create maybe some playlists on your YouTube channel of similar artists and videos you like. It helps to get more eyeballs to your channel. And you want to create a playlist of video coverage by your fans. So that's always a good idea. It gets people sharing those videos and it goes directly to your channel. So, and finally, I just want to say that on your website, right, you want to have videos from YouTube on your website because your page, let's say you have a video page, that page with the YouTube video is 53 times more likely to receive first page ranking if it has video on it, as opposed to just text. And one other thing about SEO here, your title tag needs to be the same as your video title. Okay, so let's talk about this. Your video title, if you look at the right, I have a Black Keys screenshot over there. It says Tighten Up Official Video. That's the video title on YouTube. If you look at the left over here, I have 2 things. At the top, I have the search result. Right, let's say I went to Google and I did a search for Tighten Up, and that video came up at the top, right? And it's because if you look at the below at the bottom where I have HTML, you see where it says script and then it says title underneath it? That's a title tag. The purple where it says title and then it has the name, Tighten Up Official Video, the Black Keys, and then it says title. Those are title tags, and they kind of alert, right, any bots or anything crawling the page that, hey, this is the title tag. This is the title of whatever this is. So when somebody searches for it on Google, it will show up as that title tag. So if you look at the title tag and then you look up at the top where it says Tighten Up Official Video, the Black Keys, that's the same thing. That's what's showing. That's the actual link. So you want to make sure that you have between those title tags, you want to have the same thing as a YouTube video, whatever it says there. Tighten Up Official Video, Tighten Up Official Video. You want to make sure those keywords are all there because when people search Tighten Up, right, they're likely to be able to find it very easily because YouTube is now optimized and the web page on the website is also optimized with the right title tags. And for more YouTube engagement, you want to get people really liking your channel and paying attention and coming back. It's good to ask questions of your fans, maybe at the end of your YouTube videos. So this right here is Traffic. He's super popular and he's a big media personality. Anybody that's big on YouTube, they usually really engage their audience by asking questions. He says, what beat should I rap on next week? It gets people talking, gets people involved, and they want to come back next week and see if he actually takes their suggestion. And then we have YouTube promo strategies. Just a couple tips here for you. Find YouTube personalities that need music for their creative videos, and you can offer free music for a link back to your channel. It's a little promotional strategy, but a lot of people are jumping on that today, so there's a lot of saturation there. You can run a best music video contest for a song with your fans. Radiohead did something like that, and they did a video contest on a website called anaboom.com. So they ended up with their fans like sending them videos and everything, and they gave an award for $10,000. So they got a video for $10,000 instead of $100,000. You can run a contest for best video mashup of your existing music videos. There's different ways you can get people involved and engaged on your channel. And YouTube partner money. Anyone can monetize on YouTube now. You just have to make sure that your content is yours. If it's not, you can get into a lot of trouble. So right here you can see that I have some numbers for you. I have a penny per channel view. 1 million views gets you $10,000. Yeah. Well, it's not always the case. That's for a really big channel like on Vevo, right? You can make up to $5 per 1,000 video views. It's possible. They use a formula though. They use a formula on YouTube to see what you make. And that's why you'll never be consistent on what you make on YouTube. It's always going to be different because it's dependent on the number of views that the actual video is getting, the number of ad clicks that are coming through from people that are watching the video, and they also factor in what the advertisers are paying per impression for specific keywords. So advertisers are always going to be paying different amounts of money for all the different keywords for those different ads. So it's always going to be different. And they also account, how many subscribers you have on your channel. Everything is important here. Every time they do, a different channel, a different video, everything's monetized so differently. So you'll never see like, oh, this is how much money you'll make on YouTube if you do this. And it's not possible to really know. Just some quick video ideas. You can host songs on your YouTube channel, music videos. You can do behind the scenes content. That's always fun. Live footage, contest, fan engagement videos, right? And that brings us to Twitter. I'm sure you're all Twitter fans. It seems to be the big thing now. You can use Twitter to distribute songs for free, give away songs, promote. Don't sell on Twitter. Never a good idea to sell on Twitter. People don't like that. You can automate your Twitter lead generation to get more fans on Twitter, and you can promote with companies like Crowdfire or TweetDeck. Last I looked, TweetDeck was having some issues with Twitter, and they weren't taking any new people, but they still have the old people that use TweetDeck and were already signed up still using it. But I know they ran into some issues. I'm not sure if it's up right now. You can keep checking them though, bookmark them. Crowdfire is another really big lead generation and promotional tool for Twitter. Costs money. They do cost money. You can track with these types of tools, what's going on your accounts. You can organize things. You can engage your followers. They're very targeted for adding relevant people. They're actually good companies, so check them out. You can automate messages for your new followers. You can start with targeting, it's a good idea to start with targeting fans of underground musicians when you start trying to add, relevant people and everything. It's good to start with people that are into underground musicians if you're representing an indie artist, You can automatically unfollow people that do not follow you back if you're trying to do one of those, hey, I want to add like a bunch of people that might like my music. So you go and you add a bunch of people through Crowdfire or through TweetAdder, and then you have it automated so after a week or 2 weeks, if they're not active on Twitter or maybe they're not following you back, you can just unfollow them. Some people like to do that. It depends on your philosophy for using Twitter and social media. I like Hootsuite as a good Twitter tool. You can manage multiple social media accounts, multiple Twitter accounts with Hootsuite, and it helps you to track your analytics, what's going on with your accounts, and you can also schedule your messages according to stats. So that means that what they'll do is they'll know when people interact with your post the most often. So let's say that most people interact with your page at 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock. So you'll put in a bunch of different status updates, right, on Hootsuite, or a bunch of tweets, or whatever you want to call them, on Hootsuite, and maybe you sit down for an hour and you put together like 10 status updates, for the next week. And so every day at 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock, status updates go out because most people interact with your page at those times every day. So it's pretty cool. You can schedule your messages, you can make a bunch of posts, and then it just puts them out at scheduled times according to when people interact with your pages the most. Pretty neat. Some tips for you. You want to leave room at the end of your tweet for hashtags. It's okay to put a hashtag within a tweet, but usually you get a better response when you use your hashtag at the very end. People don't really like to read through hashtags very much, so just try to be careful with that. Don't put too many especially. Science of timing. 2 to 5 p.m. is the best time to tweet, but also 2 to 5 a.m. is a good time to post on social networks as well, because people that wake up early and they get on Twitter and stuff, they're going to see you first at like 6 a.m. And most retweets and replies are within 1 hour, so you can tweet the same link multiple times in a day, and that's fine. Twitter is best for celebrities, the news, like press and journalists and stuff, and content creators. And you want to create lists and engage those lists on Twitter. If you've never played around with lists, check it out. It's good to maybe put a list for, maybe artists that are like you, or people in the music industry like record labels on a list, whoever you want to really engage with on Twitter. Do not use Twitter to sell products like I was saying before. You want to use it to add value. It's more of a promotional tool rather than a selling tool. And yes, Snapchat. Snapchat is becoming very, very important in the world of celebrities, in the world of artists, in the world of media. They're in the news all the time now. They were offered, was it $6 billion, I think? I don't even remember, from Facebook last year. And now they're still in the news. Investors are piling money on them right now. Snapchat, if you've never used it, you definitely need to check it out, because that's the new social media platform that people are really using. It's becoming super, super big. And if you even go to a lot of YouTube personalities, big YouTube personalities on YouTube, you'll see that they're all promoting their Snapchats now. So people can follow you. You can make it so everyone can follow you, but you don't have to follow them back. Snapchat's a little weird because if people don't have as their screen name their actual name, you don't really know who they are. But anyways, check out Snapchat. That's a really, really important social media platform. I have a question for you. Is Facebook a free service? I usually hear people say yes, and it is absolutely not. Facebook is not free. Facebook is a marketing company. Before social media, before Facebook, before MySpace, we were very funny about our privacy. And if somebody wanted to buy our private information, what our interests are, how old we are, what we do during the day, where we go, that was very, very expensive information that marketing companies would pay millions of dollars for. They would do surveys, and they would figure out all these different ways to get your information so they could sell it to companies. And they would sell it to companies, and that's how they would make their money. And they'd make a lot of money. Well, that's what Facebook is now. But they are exchanging your private information, right? You are giving them your private information. In return, they give you a fun service to play around with and connect with other people with. So no, it's not free. You are doing barter with them. Okay, when launching your product, you want to focus on social ads. Over here I have on the left Keith Urban promoted post. A promoted post is what you see in a news feed. You pay for it to show up in front of, a target market. On the right we have the page post ad. That's what shows up on your Facebook page over on the right hand side. So let's say you have an album coming out or something, and you would want to show that over on the right hand side. It's a page post ad. When you're paying for ads on Facebook, we have CPM, which is cost per milla, and we have CPC, which is cost per click. So look over here at the left, CPM, cost per milla. That means you're going to pay for 1,000 impressions or 1,000 ads to show up in front of people. So you pay when people see your ad. You pay for 1,000 impressions for the day. CPC is cost per click. That's pay when people click your ad. The minimum bid for that is a penny, so it's more expensive. Promoted posts show up in your newsfeed. It's a status update you pay for to get more exposure, right? So you have to have at least 400 fans like your page first before you can run a promoted post. And then once you are able to run a promoted post and you do it, you can reach more than 50% more fans than a not promoted post. So what does that tell you? 1% can see your regular post, but now if you pay, 50% of your fans can see your not promoted post. Approximately 50%. Not 100%, not 75%, but 50%. So it is pretty expensive. See, they are a marketing company. Then we have the page post ad, right? We have the album here, the Black Keys. CTR, click-through rate. Click-through rate is a way to measure the success of your campaign. So what we do is to get the rate, the click-through rate, we take the number of clicks the ad is getting and we divide by the number of impressions we paid for. So an average click-through rate on Facebook is currently about 0.08%. No, not 8%, 0.08%. Now, for ads that are advertised to connected people, they get a much higher click-through rate. And when I say connected people, that means that these people already like your page. So you can see I have the Black Keys down here. I like their page. If they advertise to me, I'm more likely to click that ad than people that are not liking the page, right? So when you advertise to connected people, you get a higher click-through rate. More people click through. And this, and what I have here is that it's currently about 0.33% is what you get for advertising to connected people instead of the 0.08. It's a much higher. Right? So you want to keep your ad short. You can see one right there. It's pretty short, it's usually a sentence or two. And when you're running an ad on Facebook, they're going to give you a lot of options. The first option is what location do you want to advertise to? You can choose up to 25 countries and by city. And then age, you can choose a range like 20 to 24 years old or a specific age like 24 years old. You can also choose interest, and these interests of your target market will be based on pages they've liked, apps they use like Instagram or whatever they might use, and content on their timeline. So yes, things you post and like and share are actually logged based on interest. So keywords are logged from your timeline based on your interest. So if you share something from Doritos, or like, oh, they like Doritos. Education, you can choose schools, you can choose certain majors, right? Like music business majors or psychology majors. And then finally, you can choose connections. You can choose connected people or not connected to you, like I was telling you just a minute ago. And then that will give you a potential reach. Facebook will estimate the number of people in your target audience, and then you might want to maybe expand or maybe narrow down your target market. All right, so promote phase wrap up. Focus on content creation around your giveaway. Determine what your giveaway is. Run a featured blog post about it. Do an image campaign. You really need to concentrate on your image campaign. It is really important. Run a timeline cover photo up there on the Facebook page. Run social ads. And yeah, you do need to pay to advertise on Facebook when you have something coming up. And then you want to really concentrate on your list building strategies outside of Facebook for your newsletter. That email list, so important. You need to get the email addresses. Finally, that brings us to step 3. Last week, the sell phase. This phase is easy after the promote phase. This is when you get people to really convert. You turn that fan into an actual customer. They come on board with you. They do what you want them to do. So determine how you'll deliver your SPG is the first part of this process, right? Are we going to use YouTube and do an interview, or are we going to deliver it via email because they want a digital download, right? Maybe they want to maybe you want to send them a SoundCloud link. So create an autoresponder email campaign, create a sales page on your website, and engage your Facebook fans and your social media, everybody, Twitter and everything around that new product. So Facebook plus email is a marriage made in online heaven. It's always good to really pair the two. Some email campaign tips for you. When you create an autoresponder series with a newsletter system, you stay top of mind with your new fans and you build interest. It's good to send something out like a newsletter, an email, or something every like 6 weeks. So your autoresponder series, you can do this through CD Baby, Reverb Nation. You could also do it from another like regular company like what I use. I use Aweber. You could use Constant Contact, your mailing list provider. There's a bunch of them out there, MailChimp, Mad Mimi. I'm going to give you a list here in a minute. But these are all autoresponders. So when somebody subscribes to your email list, right, they will then be subscribed through your autoresponder series. Right? This is a company that allows people to automatically subscribe, and then they automatically send them emails. And you want to start with value-only emails to promote before moving into emails with links to sales. So you should probably create at least 3 emails in your campaign. You should really create more, but at least 3. So this autoresponder is very necessary in today's business world. ISPs limit the number of emails to be sent from private email boxes. Prevents spamming, right? So if you have a Gmail account and you try to send a bunch of emails out to a fan base, it's not going to happen, right? They limit the number of emails to be sent. And it's very spammy if you do that. You have to be very careful because you can get into trouble. And I'll show you a disclaimer here on why it's legal to have an autoresponder but not to do it through your Gmail. There's no limit on the number of subscribers you can get. However, different systems do have different limits on what you're paying. So let's say if you're paying $5 a month, you might have a limit of 500 subscribers. But if you're paying, $20 a month, you might have an unlimited amount of subscribers. So it just depends on the system you're using on to how many subscribers you can have. A lot of them are unlimited, but you just have to be careful and make sure you read the fine print. These autoresponders easily handle subscribers and opt-outs automatically. You don't have to do anything. Once you set it up, it's all automatic. They provide you extensive statistics on who opened your emails, how many click-throughs you're getting to your website, and how long they actually viewed your newsletter. So it's really great for the analytics, and they provide you with professional templates that make it look really nice. This is the unsubscribe disclaimer that makes it legal. So if you've ever subscribed to a newsletter, hopefully you have, you would see this disclaimer in the newsletter. If you no longer wish to receive these emails, please reply to this message with unsubscribe in the subject line or simply click on the following link. And that's what makes it legal. All right, the list. The email list is the #1 business asset today. You need to have an email sign-up form on every single page of your website. Because you want to, if somebody just comes in on your music page, right, they never go to any other page. They're just on your music page or they're just on your video page. You want to make sure that email form is there. And in fact, even though I hate pop-ups, according to Business Research Online recently, it's still the biggest and best way to get new email signups. You get the huge amount of people signing up for your email list when you have a pop-up. And there's ways that, even on Wix and stuff, if you create your website on Wix, the pop-up will come up if you've never signed up for the email, but once you sign up, it'll never pop up again. So there are some really cool features like that. Anyways, you want to build that list. The email list is the primary driver of commerce. You want to offer a high comfort level, so do it like this, where you're not asking like a bunch of questions like what's your name and where do you live and what's your phone number. Just ask them for their email, and that's it. Keep it sweet, simple. You don't want to lose people because you ask a bunch of questions. Make the sign up easy to find. I say put it on every single page. Make it easy for sign up, name only. It's good to have an incentive for email currency, like tell people, hey, for a free digital download, give us your email address. And it's always fun to cross-promote with other bands, other like artists, right? Tell an artist that your artist is opening up with this month, hey, if you put us in your newsletter this month, then we'll put you in our newsletter this month. And that way you're sharing the fan base. So for a newsletter campaign setup, when you do get an autoresponder, you need a sign-up form, and they'll provide you with some of those, or you can have somebody custom make you one that does design work. You can get that done usually fairly inexpensively, $100 or something. You want to create a welcome email, and it's super important to have a welcome email because once people sign up, you want to give them a reason why they want to stay signed up. Tell them, hey, so thanks for signing up. You're going to find out when we're going to be in your area on tour. We're going to send you free fun stuff that other people aren't going to see, right? Backstage footage. You want to tell them why they want to stick around. We're going to give you free digital downloads every once in a while. You want to create follow-up messages. Follow-up messages are messages that go out automatically. So let's say I sign up for your newsletter this week, and next week Susie signs up. So I signed up this week, I get a follow-up message in 2 weeks from today. And next week Susie signs up, so 2 weeks after that she gets a follow-up message. And it's the same follow-up message that I got. Right, so follow-up messages are just those scheduled messages that'll go out until you turn them off or you change them. Broadcast email messages are just emails that you send out right now and that's it. It'll never go out again. So if you sent one out right now, it went out, and then I sign up for your email tonight at like midnight or later, right? I never see that broadcast email because I signed up after it was sent out. And it's always a good idea on your autoresponders. Some of them will let you leave a certain day open or certain days open where email messages, like follow-up messages, are never sent out or that are scheduled, like on Mondays, for instance. You can click Mondays, don't send follow-up messages. And that way, if a broadcast email needs to be sent, you can send it on Monday. And that way, nobody will get 2 emails from you on the same day. Nobody will get a follow-up and a broadcast on Monday. Because when we get more than one email from somebody, a lot of times we're like, oh, I think I'm going to unsubscribe, or we don't open one of them, right? Because it's just too much. And it's a good idea to create a special insider email list. You don't want to just have a fan list for your email autoresponder. You want to have an insider list as well. The insider list should include a few key fans, those super fans, that street team, right? Key media people, tastemakers in the industry, bloggers, podcasters, DJs, people that are important. These people get a quarterly review, right? They don't need to get your fan stuff every month or two. A quarterly update, hey, this is what's going on with the band, and that way they can add it into whatever their content is they're putting out, or they can do a review or whatever they want to do. But you don't want to treat them like a fan, treat them like they're special. And some content to incorporate in your newsletters, sure, testimonials, maybe a SoundCloud page, people can listen to music, band image, videos, fan stuff, tour information, Less is more with newsletters. Try to keep it simple. ISPs don't like swearing or scam words like free, help, and sex. Keep those out because, they won't let them go through. You can always do things like ask for your fans' city for later targeted emails. It's really cool because on the autoresponders you can make lists. So let's say you have just one list, and then you send out a questionnaire to everybody and say, hey, everybody, a little poll. Tell us what city you live in. And then when you get all the responses back, you can then put the cities into different lists on your autoresponder, and then you can send out emails to those little lists, maybe in Orlando, New York, and let people know that you're coming on tour or something. I think I'm losing my voice here. So, finally, provide a link to find more information about the band or artist in every single email. You can use some engagement polls and ask fans where do you live? Are there any venues nearby you'd like to see us play at? Do you prefer studio recordings or live performances? Which song would you like to see us cover for a music video this week? These are just some ideas that you can put into newsletters. I'm sure you can come up with a million on your own. Some resources for polls and surveys. Some of the newsletter sign-up or newsletter autoresponders actually provide surveys for you to play with. You can actually create surveys through their system. but a lot of them don't. So SurveyMonkey and PollDaddy are two freemium providers you can use to ask questions for your fans. You can always do pre-orders. You can cater to your Uber fans with free stuff, but send no more than once a week with your email list. Usually, I always say like every 6 weeks is fine. I have on here usually once or twice a month is good, but I would say even less than that is better, unless you have something big going on. Like you're in the middle of, launching a bunch of stuff or something like music and everything. Some popular autoresponders today, we have Aweber, Constant Contact, iContact, your mailing list provider, which is at YMLP, MailChimp, MadMimi. You can use your aggregator system like CDBaby, ReverbNation, Nimbit, all of those guys. All right. Sell phase wrap up. Create your offer and choose your delivery method. Build your product sales page outside of Facebook. Write your autoresponder email campaign and be available on your social sites. That was your 3-step formula. Target and build that fan base, promote the product, and turn your fans into customers. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I always love to hear from you. Bye for now.